But anyways, yeah. Just to clarify, I did apologize to him. Um, just want to have a clean slate. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, bro.
Nah, I might as well, man. I think I was in the wrong. It was funny to say it, but not at the time when we were negotiating things.
Yeah. That's what. Like, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It is. I think it was a joke that gone too far. You know, it's a joke that gone too far. You hit the nerve right there. You hit the nerve.
Yeah, he wrote to me quick right after that. I only posted. I left it on there for like a minute, yo. I counted it. I was watching it. I left it for a minute. That's all it took. For someone to screenshot it, put it out there. So but
People are quick. We quick out here to Twitter.
nah, for sure. But nah, nevertheless, man. I might as well, man. Especially with all the rumors about Saudi and everything. Him being a high regarded person, I think that I don't need that type of smoke in my life or for my family. You know.
True. Nah. It's true. It's true. You gotta, you still a prize fighter. You know what I'm saying? You try to lock these deals down. That's
But
why. So,
but but
go ahead.
nevertheless, I think that I don't know. Maybe in the near future we'll do something. Maybe. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna focus on my gym and just get back to the communities as best as I can.
So you don't think that y'all gonna work together with the next fight?
I'm not saying that we're gonna not work together, but I'm not saying that we're gonna work together. I'm just um I'm just up in the air right now, deciding my fate. Really, my career has been great. It's always been up and down like a roller coaster ride, but everybody gets to enjoy it. So for real, just weighing my options, man. There's no need to rush. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to rush.
Yeah,
As long
man.
as we
But
stay active, that's all that matters. And I'm gonna find many other ways and avenues to stay active.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Um, so that Boots is out the line already. He declined. You already expressed that. The Devin Haney. What's the situation with the Devin Haney? Because they say that Tio and Devin Haney has agreed on the deal. So is that out the equation because of the things with Turkey for now?
Look, anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? And I think that things rubbed very wrong. With my comment. So I think that it left a little bitter taste in everybody's mouth.
Hmm.
Um, and with that, I think that it kind of caused a lot of friction. But as far as the Devin Haney process goes, I think the Haneys definitely need to fight me. They need to make something out of their last performance, which looked mediocre,
Hmm.
so to speak. So you know, these are great fights, great names, and I definitely would love to share the ring with these guys. However, it's just gotta be ideal for everybody. Look at you, man. Looking sharp, man, on a blessed Sunday. Yeah,
Mírame a la iglesia.
yeah, tú
You
sabes.
already know church Sunday. You feel me? You saying, Yo, so damn, man. So it was that bad. It was that bad to you. It,
Like you said, I hit a
it,
nerve.
hit a nerve. It's hit a nerve. Man, hey, but hey, we all get that experience, man. We gotta humble ourselves, humble that, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully that other people will see that, a little
No, I
hiccup on
think
the road.
no. At the end of it all, man, I think that the only thing I really apologize for that is because I do got other people out there, kids and everything. I don't need to put in exclamation marks of profanity of somebody's body part, and then mixing it together. I think that was my biggest part of it that I didn't realize. I keep forgetting sometimes that I do have young ones out there that are tuning in, watching, and they don't need to see stuff like that or
Mm.
even know about it. So yeah, it's just a learning curve. It's a learning experience. At that part, I think he wanted to have that public. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. It is what it is. I'll take one to the chin. But
Yeah.
am I gonna hold hands and stuff? Not my play. Not my play. Yeah.
Hey, you still gotta have your dignity and stuff like that. You feel me? They still gotta
Um,
respect your culture. They still gotta respect your culture, right?
it's not really about the culture. I think it's really about just what more do you want? Like I said what I said. I apologize for what I said, and let's see how we can move forward. But if we can't, then then that's on that part. But nevertheless, I wish him a lot of success. I think that he is making good choices for the sport of boxing. I got nothing wrong to say about His Excellency. You know what I'm saying? I'm living
Yeah.
well because of my Times Square moment. So just seeing how we could probably. I
Max.
think some things might need to take some time. Maybe a turnaround tomorrow. Who knows? It's up in the air right now.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you. I think that you're still young enough. You're still trying to accomplish, a lot at the age of 27. You wanted to become a three division lineal champion. Hopefully Boots Ennis, because I don't know who Boots is gonna fight next either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why that fight didn't come to fruition. I still want to listen to what Boots has to say. Yo,
Well,
Boots, come out
I
and
think
say something.
I think what I was hearing is that Boots didn't want to fight in Saudi. I think that's what I heard. Canelo doesn't want to fight in Saudi. That's something that I'm hearing as well with Crawford. I think that Canelo Crawford, they're trying to push that fight in Saudi as well.
Mm,
So a lot of things were told. I think that was my frustration. A lot of things were promised, a lot of things were told, a lot of things were signed, and things fell back. I think that with the highest regard of the prince and the king of Saudi, I think that they understand what they want to do, and they want to support their country and have more people visit the beautiful
hmm
land. And it's all great and stuff. However, boxing is known for American sport. It's an American sport. I mean, you got UK, absolutely. You have that culture. You have that side of Europe as well. But I think that for us fighters, we're so used to and custom of living in America.
And the fans and the fan base, and I think about it, like, of course, yeah, we would like to see Boots and Tio and Boots and Devin and Devin and Tio, but just think about it, that Devin and Tio and Saudi, like, damn, we've been talking about that fight for a long time, and it's gonna be in Saudi. Even though that y'all world class fighters, we see Muhammad Ali fight George Foreman in
In South
Africa.
Africa, yeah.
We seen the Thriller Manila with Joe Frazier. So I understand it's a world sport, but I think these are type of fights that could be stadium fights. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I believe that they have every potential to be exactly what they need to be, and that's mega fights, and promoted that way. However, it's all about also location, just like real estate, right? Real estate is all the most important part about real estate is location. So it has to make sense. And I thought that they were having the I think that's my thing, guys. I like Turkey. I like these guys from Saudi. I do.
mm,
However, as a boxer, as a fighter, I can't go. I can't not know where's next.
yeah, that's the
Even,
frustration. That's what I was
even
talking about earlier. About
I
y'all don't got
can't.
a schedule.
I understand. Like they came into our sport. They did great things. They're still doing great things and making good numbers. You know what I'm saying. And before they even went into any other sport, they started with boxing. Um, However, I think the only thing I could truly say is that they're very indecisive. One day they'll tell you something, and the next they change it. And I can't live like that, bro. I got family. I got a kid that I haven't seen yet. There's things that I still am dealing with, and I can't just pack up my bags and go wherever they please just because you know um the financial stuff is there. I'm not gonna sell my soul for $11 million.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, just working through those things, brother. Just working through those things. I mean,
Dang, $11 million. You say $11 million for that was the Devin Haney was the $11 million, bro.
I understand. I just, you know, I'm a Leo, bro. I'm a lion. I don't know. Some things
So,
I just gotta work on. Some things I gotta work on. That's all. I think that
what
there's
what
just some
what you
things that
think?
need to be worked on. That's all.
What you think? What you think? you need to work on? Like what's the misconception about you? What you hear about what people say negatively about you, and what do you think that is constructive criticism? They write about that. I need to work on that. What are the things that you feel like you need to work on that you think that probably hinders you?
Um, I guess I gotta just let things simmer down sometimes. I think I speak out my mind a little too loud. So I
Hmm.
think even though even though I could feel some type of way, it's my opinion, it's the freedom of speech, at least
Hmm.
here in America, but it's not for everybody. Other
True.
than that, I think I just need to start taking ownership for myself, really. At the end, this is my career. I think I've done a great job so far, with my fighting as well, my
Hmm.
style. I'm only gonna get better. I think that I just need to. I need to dictate my career. you
Without
know,
not the DICK, just you need to
no,
dictate.
no, no. I have to dictate how I want my career to go. No, no, like no, yeah, like no
You
humor
don't want to
behind it.
yeah, you
What's the
don't want to
chat saying
dictate.
though? What's the chat saying?
Well, you said we got it's a freedom of speech. We got let me see.
It's
Saudi cars are so lifeless. Yeah, when I saw the Canelo Alvarez versus William score, like damn, that shit was dead. You know what I'm saying? And that's Canelo. You know,
I look, it's new for Saudi, it's new for the Middle East. It's such a different place. It's a beautiful, wonderful place. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there. It's great. Thanks to Dr. Rakan, to Ali, who's also Turkey's right hand man. Great, phenomenal people overall. Got nothing wrong to say about anyone there. However, the only thing I could say is I just gotta say, I think that it takes a while to build up that. Not a lot of people could just pack their stuff and take a 16-hour flight.
yeah, true.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
ain't
saying?
going. Yeah, I don't think American fans or like the UK fans that we just gonna pick up and and fly out there. We not like the UK with Ricky Hatton and Floyd Mayweather. We not like that.
Yeah.
Um, but
But,
I think
but
go ahead.
no, but there's still offers on the table, and there's many others. I think right now, just taking my time. I'm not stressing about it. I think that I'm not stressing. It just gotta make sense to my liking. You know.
What's the situation when you went top rank?
What about them?
Because Oscar De La Hoya did say that if you're not with a promoter and things of that nature and stuff like that, what you feel about what Oscar De La Hoya did tweet? Let me put it out there again. Hold on.
Read
Oscar
between the
De,
lines, guys. Read between the lines.
Oscar De La Hoya said, Teofimo Lopez, bro, if you have no promoter, give me a call. I can give you advice and take care of your best interests. Let's make you a pay-per-view star like you deserve.
That's what's up. That's tough. That's
Man,
major, man.
I've been
Great
wanting to
man.
see I've been wanting to see a collaboration with you and Oscar De La Hoya for a long time. I always felt like, damn, Tio and Oscar, Golden Boy, they got the grips of the Latino fan of the region, Latino fan base. They know how to promote Latinos more so than anything.
Yeah.
Um, I think you never had that type of co-signing like everybody else have. You had to make it, make it from the mud, straight from the mud. You know what I'm saying? Just you and your dad promoting yourself, talking, and everybody else had that co-signer, the people that came up with you. And I think at this point, I think you did the best that
Don't
you could
come here,
do.
please. Don't come here, please. I'm talking with Punch. I mean, yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I, I think that you did the best that you could do. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you were collabing with Oscar, who did say 2 days ago that you are the best pound for pound fighter in the world?
It's a huge compliment, really. Like I said to him in front of the media there during their just after the weigh-ins for his show that just passed this past weekend. Or this past Friday, I definitely said, I freaking did a project, a third in third grade. I did a project, and they were like,
Mm,
make a project of your hero, someone you want to be like, and it was Oscar De La Hoya. And I took my time, read about his backstory, the situation with his mother, him going through it
mm,
while winning the Olympic gold medal for USA and Mexico también. You know, he was representing he was representing USA soil, but he put out the Mexican flag. Just all these things, and to hear him now, years later, how time could come around, and you know, I think if I was to tell my 8 year old self that at that time, I think I would have not ever believed that. I'd be like, no way, you lying, ain't no fucking way. But to hear it from him, nah, just very grateful, very grateful. I think that's another thing to hear, to have that be known. Um, you know, I'm. What's the point of rushing? What's the point?
Yeah.
You know,
The
what's the point of rushing?
the correlation with you and Oscar, why I feel like it's just is a match, is a great collaboration, is because in his time he was the guy that was willing to fight anybody, anytime, any place in their prime. And
Yeah,
you in your time is the guy with the best resume, fighting guys in their prime, beating guys in their prime. That's why you two-time lineal should be recognized in the sport of boxing as the first two division
yo,
undisputed world champion.
I'm not even in the pound for pound list in the Ring magazine. Yo, but you know what though? You know what? I am. I'm just. I am. It's just not number one. I started off with the P. I'm pushing P. So pound for pound, I pushed the P for a P. So um,
Is that
I
is
think
that is
of it.
that is that one of the reasons why you do got a chip on your shoulder? Like, yo, you all look at the things that you have done and accomplished, and still the
It's gonna be like
snub.
this. It's gonna stay. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna stay like this for some time. It's gonna be like this. I think that where I'm headed is much far further away from anyone else at this time. I had the privilege and the honor to be at Mayweather's gym, and he stood in the gym with me for 2 hours, just us solo, you know, and just chopped it up, giving me good advice, great advice, good pointers in the ring, you know. And then the following day I get to link up with, you know, the golden boy Oscar de la Hoya. So I'm just shopping right now, shopping, you know,
Yo,
and learning from them and seeing who could really take the takeover to the next turning point of boxing, you know, and really make it an enterprise for all the other young ones out there that are paving the way, seeing us do our thing, you know.
and what was one thing that you could share? I know that Floyd Mayweather is a private guy when he does have this
Yeah,
personal relationship with fighters. Was one thing that you could share that you
he's
that
not
you
broke.
could share?
He's not broke.
You see it for yourself, like now. That's a
He showed me his account. He ain't broke.
Does he still inspire you like he did when you was young, when you wanted to fight, and when you saw him and spoke to him? You
Mhm.
know, does that boy in you still you're still inspired by Floyd?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always going to be a student of the game. I would tell, you know, I would tell the same to Oscar. You know, we are watching the young fighters as well. But for Floyd, I had him lace up my gloves while I was in his gym. You know, I had him literally help me out. I just didn't want to record that for certain reasons. You know, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
need,
yeah, yeah.
you know, not everybody needs to know what's going on behind closed doors. That I need to also, I need to tap in on that energy more and that frequency level, you know, because there's so many things happening behind these doors in a good humility way. However, I don't need everyone to know until we do it, you know. So just
Yeah.
I'm just grateful for everything, and you know I think that you know people want to rush this Devin Haney situation as a ship. I think of the Haneys as a sheep led to the slaughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the Haneys are sheep led to a slaughter. I think Bill will sell his son for $1. I think that
Ooh.
I and hey, you know what? Hey, no problem with that. However, when the time was for us to take that opportunity, they didn't give it to us. You know, and now that the tables have turned, now it's all about hey, you know, that's cool. All right, I see what everyone wants to do. Let me think about it.
It's
You
true.
know,
Yeah. Top Rank did
same thing with
say.
Boots. We wanted Boots. You know, Boots didn't come away. I don't know too much in depth about it. I think they're keeping him quiet. And hey, he's the king of 147. I just want to face the best. That's all. And whoever to the chat, you guys decide who you guys want to see Teofimo fight next. I think that'll be great.
I
Um,
did a poll. I did a poll the other couple of days ago. 70% wants you and Boots rather than you and Devin. On Twitter, the same thing. People want you and Boots. I think they see. I think they see they respecting you. They're gonna be great. That's number one. They see also the momentum of Boots and the momentum of you. You had the best performance in that May 2nd card. You have great momentum. You looked sharp. You looked great. The only thing that was missing was the knockout, but everything was working on all cylinders and everything was working great. And then Boots Ennis had a great, outing with
Stoppings.
Stanionis, good stoppage with Stanionis. So the boxing community is so everybody's talking about how bored it's been for a while, and all we want is exciting. And we know that Tio and Boots does bring an excitement, and you have that clash, and you have legacy put into play. The two Ring Magazine lineal champions going at it
I
in
think
their
that
prime.
I think everybody contradicts themselves. They say I compete to the level of my competition. So when the competition is high, you're gonna get the level of competition. I don't understand. I think I'm just meant to fight the best. I'm not meant to fight C level fighters or D level fighters. It doesn't get me going. I think the best of the best gotta fight the best. That's what I'm aiming to do. And now everyone notices. Now that everyone's kind of seeing a pattern, they're going back on their word. You know, little
You-
bitches, little punks.
yeah.
I'll say that. I'll say that. You guys are not real. I'm thankful, man. Honestly, I'm thankful.
No, it's true. People don't they contradict themselves, bro. It is. It is when they like to mention certain fights, the Sandor, the Jermaine Ortiz, but then you got the Loma, you got the Josh Taylor, then you calling out for the Buds and the Boots, and if they think that you're not ready for it,
Which
they
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 both ducked.
but and also Devin Haney did duck that contract before going to Turkey Alalshikh. I did send him a contract and they declined, and Bill Haney also said that they declined because they didn't want to work with Top Rank.
Okay, so who's ducking? I think right now I just wanna. I need to focus on my family tree. You
Mhm.
guys will see me back in the ring. I'm gonna keep making noise. We just did a dance video with the Jabberwockies that should be coming out very soon.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a son. Oh yeah, you got
Just
your belt back. They stole your belt, right?
yeah, I gotta go get it, but I got it back, man. So I got it back. I got it back. They got their
Yeah.
trophy back though. We did a fair trade, you know.
All right, all right, all right. Yo, but man, it's good that you did though. Apologize. I think that was a good move. You know what I'm saying? It showed fairness in the public eye as well, because I don't think that Turkey
No,
never.
man, that took away a lot of my street cred. That took a lot of my shit. You know what I'm saying? But in order for things to come forward, I had to let go of a lot of things, and it's a give and take in this world. I think that it's okay. It was hard. It was hard to do something of that nature, but I knew I was in the wrong, so it wasn't as difficult. You know,
Hey yo,
um,
bro, we all as humans, bro. We have jobs we gotta go to. We have to pay attention. We have
yeah,
to
yeah.
work with supervisors and managers. We have to work with pay that we don't like, that we don't want to go to work. And at the end of the day, that's life. We gotta swallow our pride sometimes, just to move forward, because is to take care of our family at the end of the day, and not close, doors that could easily be open and stay open.
And then I liked the fact that PBC, PBC as well. I was there. The hospitality, just the ambiance, the way they all work, the way I collected a nice hat. Feel me? So I think things are in play, and I'm very grateful for everybody, all the promoters, that are in the sport of boxing. I don't got no problems with anybody. I think there was some miscommunication between me and Turkey. There's too many hands in the pot. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And I think that causes friction. I had to take a step back and realize that. Other than that, I'm not going to call out none of the promoters. I'm not going to uh, I'm not gonna blast their name. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. I think that at the end, I'm getting older, and this is my job. I'm not gonna cut my finances just because of things that people don't need to know about. You know, you
Facts,
guys
facts.
you guys will have to go through it as fighters and as managers and as people that love the sport. I don't need to tell you guys everything,
And yeah,
but
that's facts.
even though I said a lot of things, but
Look,
um,
yeah,
what's the
you
chat?
don't
What's up with chat? How they doing?
the chat.
I
What's up?
gotta
We
talk with
got
the chat.
the punch. Please take the blade. Shut up. Boots been ducking everybody. Um, they got a new name, Puss in Boots. Shout out to Puss in Boots.
It's tough.
Um,
That's tough. I like the Philly shell. That shit was funny.
yeah. That was funny. That was funny. Let me see what everybody else is saying.
Wordplay.
Tio versus Crawford.
That'd be nice. That'd be
Yo,
nice.
what you feel about the performance? I know you answer how you feel about Jamal Charlo. I'm happy that he's back, yo, and he gave you a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
props as well, man.
Absolutely. Lions only, man. Lions only. Shout out to the Charlo brothers. They've always been real from the jump. Honestly, they've always been a
Hmm.
supporter, and so have I. And I got nothing wrong to say about them. I'm happy to see them back on their feet. Really, and Jamal like coming back to that in that way. So, he's doing his thing, and he just gotta stay consistent now. Don't be hanging around. Don't be drinking too much. Don't be doing none of that. Just go back and lock in, man. Because this 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 window that we have of success is so short that it'll go away like this. So
Yeah,
mm,
man. That's and shout out to Jamal Charlo. I know he's been dealing with stuff outside of the ring with family. Getting a divorce.
get
Fighting
off.
for fighting for fight.
I'm playing tough guy.
Fighting for his 5 kids. So that could be a strain for any man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that fighters go through things like us regular human beings and things of that nature. So, you
Yeah.
know, so I'm glad that he's back and I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that you holding your own as well. People don't know things that you going through yourself that nobody need to know that nobody need to know, but you also going through things as well. It's not that easy.
It's part of it. I think that it's to make us better men. Tougher
Hmm.
men, thick skin. Something that definitely will continue to happen in my career, in my life. I'm only 27, so nevertheless, just a learning. Look, it's only a mistake when you repeat it. I'm not going to repeat these types of mistakes. I'm just going to learn from them as lessons, so that it just be an experience. You know.
I say this, man. It was good. Humble that is a humbling that and maturity that you did apologize. But I also feel like, Turkey done a good thing in the sport of boxing. Should humble and also accept and lock in some good fights. You know what I'm saying? Fighters go back and forth with promoters, business handlers, and stuff like that since the Tyson days. We seen Canelo with Oscar. We seen,
Eddie, Eddie and Canelo.
Eddie and Eddie and Eddie
We're seeing
Canelo,
Triple G with not with Tom Loeffler, but with Oscar. Uh,
Eubank, Frank Warren.
yeah,
Who
yeah,
else? Who else? You got even
many.
Ryan Garcia with Oscar De La Hoya. Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya. Floyd
You've
Mayweather
seen
tank.
you've seen Devin with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah. So
I mean,
I
but
think
His Excellency is not used to this type of treatment because no one does it. No one has no one's, I guess, stupid enough to do it. So I think
well
that's what it is.
Shakur had to
Yeah,
Shakur
he had to go
apply.
through that. Yeah, but it wasn't as bad as me just directly sending the shot. But no,
but
I we'll see where boxing takes me, and I think that hopefully yeah, hopefully we see everybody see me fighting very soon. I think that yeah, I think so. It's well deserved, man. It's well earned.
of course, man, you in position, man. You still in position. People calling you out. See that Haney's want to fight you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Richardson Hitchens, of course, in that fight that they're going to be having June 14th at Madison Square Garden, the winner's going to fight you. And matter, let's say George Campbell said gets an upset, that'll be a rematch, a unification bout, and a rematch. So
Mhm.
that's still open. Brian Norman Jr. still want to fight you.
Hmm.
So there's people still calling. There's still money on the table. There's still fights on the table and opportunities for you to enhance your legacy. You know.
Yeah, that's why I'm maintaining my weight right now, 151, 152, just in case any weight class wants to get some action and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I've been maintaining this weight, been training every day, just so I think that's another great thing. I definitely want to answer some of the questions for the chat before I head out.
Let me
And
get this
yeah,
one. EA Loop $5 super chat says H Town is the city with the most Honduran people in the U.S. We waiting for him over. I bet Dallas, San Antonio will come to see him.
yeah,
He'll go to
absolutely.
Texas.
Yeah,
And you,
hey, everything bigger in Texas.
yeah. And isn't Honduran also the Independence Week the same week that is the Mexican Independence as well in
I'm not that.
September?
I think you may just be right.
Yeah, September is the
I'm
same
just,
week.
I'm gonna agree to disagree. Nah, I'm just gonna agree. I'm gonna be like,
No, I think so.
might be right though.
The Honduran in the chat, let it be known. I do think that is the same week, a week after, or the same week. You
I think
got you,
it's great. Hey, gringo catracho, ya tú sabes. Tio is the Kanye West of boxing. M, what is it? Emin or Eamon?
Emin,
Emin.
Emin, Tio the Kanye West of boxing. Yeah, man, boisterous, controversial, great, great, controversial. I mean, it's a good mixture. It just need to translate to the revenue. The
Yeah,
controversial, the
yeah.
greatness need to
I mean,
translate to the revenue.
I think every media outlet, everybody out there is. This is how you cause some things to happen. Of course, it's a risk, but we risk our lives every time we're in that ring. So just trying to give everyone their entertainment at the same time. Listen, His Excellency called me crazy. I think he didn't understand what crazy meant.
Yeah, when he heard that crazy from, now he's probably saying, yeah, he is crazy. This motherfucker is crazy. Shout out to Turkey Alalshikh.
I know,
Teofimo Lopez, you best apologize to me, motherfucker.
right?
You best apologize to me. Hey, yo, anybody with the questions, man? Where's the questions at, man? Come on, man. The champ is here. You saw the Furious one. Tio, what do you think about Raymond Moretaya?
Raymond Morataya. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's skillful. However, he still needs his ways to get up there. I think what is he fighting for the IBF eventually or something like that?
I think he's waiting for the Keyshawn Davis. I think he wants Keyshawn Davis next.
Okay, that's something that people will want to find interest to. I mean, he is Raymond is Mexican American or American Mexican, so that'd be cool to see everybody. Black and brown is how you get down. So.
Oh, Christian Padilla said Tio is the future of boxing. I think he's the name. Right.
That's
Good looking
love,
out,
man.
Christian
Thank
Padilla.
you. Thank you, Christian. That's love, brother. Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you to everyone on the chat. Whether you're talking bad or talking good, you're talking about the takeover, and that's the whole cue of it all. So thank you.
I'm talking about fans. Tio, would you fight winner of Tim Zoo and Fundora? 154.
Oh yeah. Hey, here's a backstory to Fundora. Me and Fundora, we actually fought at the title nationals in Atlanta, Georgia, in
I didn't know about
2000
that.
in 2012. I think 2012 or 2013. He was the tallest kid in my weight class. We made it to the finals. I busted his nose and I beat him, and we won. But I've known the family for a long time. The whole family has truly actually all of them have been boxing forever. They used to actually travel in a van and go to every tournament out there around the country, literally. And they would live in the van, like they come from the struggles. I was there to see that and be part of it. Definitely would love that too. I think 154 would be fun to explore.
Shit, that look like that right there is like, yo, he got like what, like a,
No, he was tall.
he's
Yeah,
like 6'6", and he
I'm
got his.
punching, I'm punching his kneecaps. I'm punching his fucking hips and fucking.
That's you
I'm
like
like,
what in Rocky 3 when Rocky fought Hulk Hogan.
Yo, for real. Yo, the size difference is gonna be crazy, man.
Crazy, yo. You be punching kneecaps, man. You be knocking out the
That part.
kneecaps.
That part.
Hey yo, y'all slacking with the question, man. Yeah, they shy right now. Christian said, "Yo, Tio Getty belt at 147, so Boots has no choice but to fight you for undisputed." So Brian Norman, gotta get
That
Brian
part.
Norman. Got to
Man,
get a
listen.
Brian Norman.
Listen, it makes it's most ideal me and Boots. Why they shying away?
It's
It
weird, yo. To
makes
be honest,
us
I find it weird. Like I
it
don't know.
makes
This is the.
sense.
It makes too much sense. In boxing, it always says, "Yo, if it makes sense, makes sense." The money's right. The accomplishment. He needs your name. You're the most accomplished fighter that he can have in his resume. I don't know, man. I don't understand, man. Bozy, he has a lot of respect for you. Boots have a lot of respect for you. Your father always spoke great about Boots and his father. Y'all you never even trash talked them before. No, it's always
Until
been
now.
respect since day one.
Yeah, until
I,
now, because it's competition.
well, it's competition, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't
we know,
understand.
we understand the challenge at stake. We understand the well-round generalship that he carries in the ring, and we just want to test that. We want to test the market on that. And test my abilities. Listen, it's about the best fighting the best. I believe that I've already conquered all of 140. Everybody else has been recycled, but I've been defending it. I've been killing it, and I've been taking it over. So but thank you for the questions for sure.
All right, brother. Fans, they said what to look at.
No liquor here. No liquor here.
Where the water at? Where the order at? Man, why you
Yeah,
trying to
that's
why you trying to bait the champ, man? Come on, man. You gotta leave a clean slate right now. Come on,
nah,
man.
yeah, it's cool, man.
We
Clean
got water. We
slate.
got spring water, essential water. Where's the essential water at? Where's the
It ain't here
essential
no.
water?
It ain't in my pocket no more. That's for sure. It ain't in my pocket no more. Wishing them the best. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what's next.
What if what will be the
I just
what
want
will
to publicly announce to everybody, I'm all ears for everyone on the table.
okay.
May the best man persuade. May the best man have the gift of gap. May the best man come and join the takeover.
I mean, hey, I guess if Boots don't want to fight, that's the fight that I would love to see. And he's trying to duck it. And there's the Tio and the Haney, or the Tio and the Ryan, or the Tio. What you think about Tio? What about you and Rolly? What you think about that fight? You and Rolly. He beat Ryan.
No, I get it. Nah, I won't do Rolly. Nah, man. I'd rather have somebody else do that to him. I don't want to carry that on me. We
I
already
get it.
forgave. We already in the locker room forgave ourselves. We forgave each other and everything, just from
All
the
right.
slander that we did. I'd rather keep it like that. Unless he's calling me out and pushing forward on the fight, I wish him the best and congratulations on his win against Ryan Garcia. He definitely does. He definitely deserves it. He definitely did his part. A lot of people were against him and thought that he'll be out.
You think you're gonna be here in New York City for the Richardson Hitchens and Camboso? You gonna come out here or not?
Who
For the Richardson Hitchens fight
who would
in
go
two.
out there?
You coming out here?
Me? Hey man, to be continued.
Hey, that's a possible fight as well. New York, Richardson Hitchens and Tio, Brooklyn.
To be continued, man. I know they got the USA Boxing Nationals in the summer festival out here in Vegas at the Westgate. Around that time, I made promises to come out, probably do TikToks and stuff with the kids. You know what I'm saying, and show face. And definitely give a lot of love back to the community that the amateur field that really started all of us.
That's
So
what's
we'll
up,
see.
man.
We'll see, man. It's all about the kids at this point, and any day after that. So yeah, man.
All right,
Well,
man.
well,
So
shit, punch. Well, I'm gonna leave you with that, bro. Good things. I wish everybody well, and to His Excellency, which is his title, guys. It is his title. He's earned it, and especially over there in Saudi Arabia, it is like that. It is their culture. So, with Your Excellency of Turkey Alalshikh, I just want to say, brother, wish you the best. You know, and always love. All praise be to Allah, to you all. And may we see brighter days. May we see good days, and may the sport continue to be great because that's what we're all about. Make boxing great again. Thank you, Punch. Thank you to everybody on the
You
chat.
welcome, champ. You welcome,
You
champ,
already
man.
know,
Can't wait to
man.
see you back in the ring, bruv.
Absolutely, absolutely. Major love, fellas.